Hello, Lakeside. I hope and pray this finds you well. There are certain things that I consider to be not worth the effort. For instance, I have very little interest in sledding. Skiing is fine because they provide that most excellent tow rope or ski lift to get you back up the mountain, but I don't consider the trip down on a sled worth the trouble of trudging back up the hill more than once or twice. 10 seconds down, 3 minutes up. Why bother? Now, they could build a hill that shifts. That would help. I also consider learning to surfboard not worth the effort for me. Understand, it's a long time paddling out, and then you have to catch the right wave and catch it right and ride in. Because the paddling out is so tedious, and my physical coordination is somewhat limited, I've never bothered with it for more than a few tries. But in order to do it well, you have to have this sense of catching the wave, eyeing it, judging it, and timing yourself right to act on it. Everybody surfing is riding a wave. Nobody has ever surfed on a still pond. You have to catch the wave to surf. Christian life is a lot like surfing, by which I mean this. You have to catch the waves of the Spirit working and then ride them. If you miss a wave, you have to catch the next one. It's true. There are times when the Spirit of God is doing something, and if we catch those waves, we have a very good ride. A great deal is accomplished for Christ, for church, for family, for ourselves. We make progress in our walk with Christ, and those around us may too. Too often the Spirit is ready, but we're snoozing on the beach instead of being ready to catch the wave. So in Ephesians 5, verses 15 through 17, we read this. Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best use of the time, because the days are evil. Therefore do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. Notice that phrase. He wants us to be making the best use of the time, not the best use of our time, but the time. In fact, the word here in the original language is used to talk about strategic, significant times. In fact, it was the word used to indicate special times arranged by divinity for pivotal events. There are some times that are more important than others. We're supposed to be watching for and ready to act in strategic, significant times. We need to be ready to catch the wave of what the Spirit is doing right now in our lives, our families, and the world around us. Now, I don't know about you, but this is my first pandemic. Unless you've been on a mission field or you're about 110 years old, it's probably yours too. Do you think that God only does one thing at once? Do you think that the Lord has some things He wants to accomplish in lives at this time? I strongly suspect He does. Here's my challenge and my encouragement for today. You may have a little bit more time during this pandemic. You're avoiding the commute, working from home perhaps. Maybe you're not working at all. Maybe you're staying home with the kids or something like that. A wave is coming, and maybe it's already upon you. It is probably not the challenge of spending more time posting political complaints on Facebook. It is probably not the challenge of baking more, though I would gladly volunteer as a recipient if you disagree with me on that point. But it's probably something like this. A family member that needs a little more encouragement than usual. They could be buoyed at this time. You take the time for them. An aging or sickly neighbor for whom you never have time. A relationship with them can be invested in at this time. An old friend you haven't talked to in years, that one whose name the Spirit has been whispering to you for months, can be reached out to again. That old grudge, the one that you've been convicted about, may be addressable at this time like no other. The examples could go on, and I don't want to distract you into looking for one kind of wave when a different one may be headed your way. Watch. Listen to the Spirit. Act wisely. Catch the wave.